Hello, friends. Thanks for being here. This is Misha Schuler of Wild Carrot Herbs in Portland, Maine, and I have a cold, and I thought it might be a good time to share some of the herbs that we might use during first trimester if we were experiencing an upper respiratory infection. So typically, if we have an upper respiratory infection, if we have a lot of congestion up here in the head, there might be some lymphatic drainage, but there's usually a boggy sense. There's excess fluid, excess moisture. So we're thinking about what are some of the things that are going to help to move that fluid, but also to maybe dry up some of that fluid. So what are some things that are astringent? We have to maintain hydration. It's so critical. The amniotic fluid for the baby requires that. Also, we don't want to tax our kidneys, so making sure that we have sufficient fluid, drinking at least a cup every 2 hours is critical during this time. So teas that we can drink safely would be chamomile, linden, catnip, lemon balm. Those would all be lovely teas. We could also think about things that are going to be warming to the upper respiratory tract. So cinnamon is a little bit warming. We could add cinnamon to our food in food doses. We might be thinking about garlic, which is also warming, and ginger, which is also warming. So I'd be thinking about you could every several hours you could drink a tea that's been steeped of a teaspoon of grated ginger, and to that you could add one chopped crushed clove of garlic and the juice of half of a lemon in a mug, or you could make a larger batch, a quart batch, and you could chop up about 6 cloves of garlic. This is garlic from the garden that's already beginning to sprout. And the juice of 2 or even 3 lemons, and then a good tablespoon or so of your ginger, and allow that to steep. Now, the one thing to say about ginger is that in excess quantities, we certainly want to bring circulation throughout the body and to the pelvis. We want to make sure that nutrients are being delivered to the baby in the circulation, but we don't want to bring so much circulation that we could over infuse the area and cause miscarriage. So that's something to be aware of. So your body will know if something doesn't feel right. So know that these are food plants, but if you do have a history of miscarriage during first trimester, I wouldn't recommend garlic outside of just general food dishes. I wouldn't probably make a tea separate from it. Other things that you might consider enjoying would be elderberry syrup. This is a brandy and honey base, but you could also use a vinegar and honey base. And I wanted to show you, I took some elderberry starts last month, and they're already coming up, which is very exciting. And things that we want to avoid would include berberine-rich herbs. So that would be like golden seal, Oregon grapefruit, golden thread, barberry, Japanese knotweed. These would all be friends that wouldn't be appropriate during pregnancy. Certainly not first trimester. There's some data that suggests that the berberine-rich plants that have this lovely yellow color in the root can stimulate contractions. We might consider using or engaging with some of those plants during third trimester for very specific things, but generally we want to be avoiding those during pregnancy. Additionally, you'll notice in the recommendations link below some information about myrrh being used to complete miscarriages. So if you're interested in miscarriage information, go ahead to that link. But generally speaking, during a pregnancy, we wouldn't want to be using that because it is an antimicrobial herb and has some antiviral properties. So if we weren't pregnant, it would be something that we could consider engaging with during an upper respiratory infection. So as a summary, herbs that are safe during first trimester with an upper respiratory infection include chamomile, lemon balm, catnip, linden, ginger, a little bit of cinnamon, I'm sorry, garlic. And then one that I didn't mention already was nettles, because nettles is so lovely and drying and astringent. So you might make yourself a nice nettles tea infusion, or you might throw some nettles into a soup and enjoy it that way. Thank you so much, friends. May your immune systems be strong, and until the next time, bye for now.